Do you have the tapes with you?
Passengers for Bangkok, Hong Kong, and Manila, please proceed to gate number 5.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're in the Beijing airport, and we're actually leaving in 1 hour for Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, the last great communist dictatorship in the world. I'm playing a role here because you can't go as a journalist, you have to go as a tourist. So I am Diego, the actor, and behind the camera is Gal, who's a real estate agent. This time we took amateur equipment, little cameras, and let's go for tourism, lies, and video. The entry form they give us in the plane sets the tone for the vacation right away. No weapons or explosives, of course. But no GPS systems or cell phones either. And you can't even bring newspapers into the country. It's crazy. In Pyongyang, what you see isn't always what you get. So behind these gracious smiles, the North Korean regime is actually celebrating 60 years of dictatorship. But since one man's loss is another man's gain, I was granted my precious visa to attend the ceremonies. So this is quite amazing. It's one of the last great communist spectacles. You can see China did away with it, and Russia did away with it. Now here we are in North Korea, and there's going to be 25,000 participants. It's going to be crazy. The only way to visit North Korea is with a guided tour. Well, it's actually more like a tightly supervised tour. So, please meet Mr. Chan. He's my guide. And this is Mr. Che. Forgot. And they're not going to let us out of their sight for 21 days. They'll be like my mom, overly protective. If I go to eat, you'll come and eat. If I go to the bathroom, you'll go to the bathroom too, right?
Guardian angel.
Guardian angel. Okay, that's great. I feel safer already. Welcome to the world's largest stadium, the Kim Il-sung Stadium. 150,000 seats and 25,000 pixel-perfect children. They've been training for 6 months for a show like no other. This makes Olympic ceremonies look like child play. An hour and a half of perfectly timed choreography. Over 100,000 dancers with just one aim, lauding the merits and history of the socialist system. Everything gets mentioned. The strength of the army, of course. The productivity of collective farms. And let's not forget the beauty of North Korea's children. Well, Mr. Jean isn't exactly in the mood for chit-chat. But luckily for me, others are a little bit more enthusiastic. So that's it for the official presentation. Now we're going to try to see what's really going on. I've got a hunch that it won't look this good.
No need to take photos.
I'm still jet-lagged, but the tour has already started. In 1953, Korea was split in two after a civil war that killed more than 2 million people. And today, the two Koreas are still living in the days of the Cold War. Wedged in between an increasingly capitalistic China and South Korea and a failing U.S. ally, North Korea is the world's only remaining Stalinist regime. And today, the country is feeling lonesome. Very lonesome. So the first stop of any self-respecting tour is reserved for President Kim Il-sung, who died in 1994. He's actually the world's only dead president still in office.
This site is considered a sacred spot, not only for the Korean people, but also for foreigners who come to visit our country.
So that's why we have to buy flowers, right?
We're all done.
We're all done? That was quick. 50 years of absolute power and a personality cult that makes Stalin look like an amateur. Kim Il-sung is the father of Korean socialism. With Kim Il-sung dead, his son Kim Jong Il has taken control over the one-party system. In North Korea, there's no escaping their vigilant gaze. They are glorified everywhere, cheered by everyone. And when it comes to propaganda, the son has nothing to learn from the father. Welcome to the Pyongyang fairgrounds. Today is Kim Il-sung's birthday, the dead president. And so the capital's elite has been invited here to have some fun today. So that's not working today, right? No, it's a little like the Twilight Zone. No, you've never seen the show? Oh yeah, let's try the boat. We'll go together.
When we come here with women, with young ladies, we like to kid them by asking, did you bring extra panties? Because lots of girls pee their pants when they ride this boat.
They pee their pants?
Yes, because it's a pretty strange feeling when you drop straight down.
Well, I'll try not to pee all over myself. All these children are sons or grandsons of the nation's martyrs. They died for the party, and now their children are treated like heroes. So it's really extraordinary because I'm here in North Korea and everyone's living well and having fun. Why do you have such a bad reputation? I don't get it. Really, I don't. I mean, when I tell people I was coming to North Korea, everyone said, oh my God, how horrible.
It's because of all the U.S. propaganda.
So it's the Americans' fault.
The Americans are against us. They don't like us, so they give us a bad name.
They put down the Republic. Oh, it's over. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, but I feel a little sick.
We'd better stop that. So here you have it. The communism can also be fun. Of course, it's a lot less fun for people in gulags. Otherwise, it's great. I have to keep on smiling. I have no other choice. Look, there's a price list. How much does it cost? How much do these kids have to pay to play?
It's almost free.
Almost free, but not completely free.
Well, it's pretty cheap.
No, pretty cheap, I see. But I thought socialism was free. And everyone's equal, right?
That's communism.
Ah, that's communism. I get it. But what I don't really get, before it was communist and now it's socialist? I don't understand.
No.
When do you make the transition?
After the final victory of socialism, we'll start building a communism.
Okay, so right now, you still have socialism.
Right now, we're pushing forward to the final victory of socialism.
I see, so when you finally do have communism, all this will be free, right? Okay, I got it. So where do we go now? Welcome to the Yanghak-do Hotel. 5 North Korean stars, which means that all the rooms are bugged, and built on an island to prevent all contact with the locals. Entire floors stand empty, as if I'd walk straight into The Shining. But there are plenty of activities for visiting tourists. And for people who aren't sport-oriented, there's always karaoke. But only one French song to choose from a ton of Chinese hits. Today, we're touring the capital. Everything here is very well groomed. Buildings, sidewalks, streets. But in North Korea, all you have to do is look a little bit closer. So check this out. When you look at the buildings, they all look very nice from the outside. But when you look inside in the courtyards, it's really not that nice. Every time it's the same thing. It looks good on the outside, but the truth is not as pretty. From high atop one of these towers, it's even easier to see through the well-orchestrated show. With the collapse of the Soviet Empire in 1991, North Korea lost its biggest financial backer. So hidden behind these freshly restored facades, we find the slums where the residents of Pyongyang live. 20 years ago, these images of poverty were unthinkable. When North Korea was still living the socialist dreams thanks to billions of rubles of Soviet aid. Now all across the city, every tiny bit of square land is being farmed. So at the foot of these dilapidated buildings, we are light years away from the grandiose show of the Kim Il-sung Stadium. Determined to prove otherwise, my guides take me to a consumer's paradise.
You can't film here.
You're not allowed to film here. No filming allowed.
What, we can't film in the supermarket?
You just can't film.
The supermarket is suddenly plunged into darkness. Not to stop us from filming, It's just one of dozens of daily power outages that punctuate everyday life in North Korea.
So this is clearly a supermarket reserved for the elite of this country, because everything, you've got American brands here, the price, you can find just about anything. So clearly it's, not every Korean has access to this kind of food.
Oh, regarde. Look at this.
C'est quoi ça?
What is it?
Ça c'est du...
That's 7-Up.
C'est bon?
It's good stuff.
Kikadi, moi aussi.
Here, I'll get one of these shopping carts.
On va prendre que des choses.
Here's an idea. Let's just buy American stuff. There may not be any electricity, but there's everything you could want to eat. If you have the money, of course. And everything is paid in dollars or in euros. There's no embargo in dollars here. Hey, the lights are back on. I've even found Oreos. Yeah, they're really good.
What country are they from?
That's American. Today is a day off. Nothing planned on the agenda. Alone at last. Well, not really alone. I remember once hearing Pope John Paul II call communism unjust and totalitarian. So when I found out there were 3 Catholic churches in Pyongyang, I couldn't resist. I had to see for my own. Well, apparently we've managed to lose our guides. They didn't dare step into the church. I don't know who all these Catholics might be. Because in theory, socialism outlaws all religions. But I'll try to find out more about them afterwards.
여기 모인 모든 이에게 강복하소서.
Wow, it's a quick mess. 20 minutes, no wafer host, and bang, it's over. Let's see if I can talk to someone.
안녕하십니까? 프랑스 사람입니다.
네, 반갑습니다.
Actually, it turns out that North Korea doesn't have any ordained priests. Party members are the ones who lead the faithful in worship. I've always been told that there weren't any religions allowed in a socialist country. So is it hard to be Catholic here?
Not at all. Tell him that just because a country is socialist doesn't mean it puts pressure on believers. It is written right in our constitution that everyone is free to believe in God, in any God. That's just propaganda, trying to make people think the opposite.
So you can be a party member and a Catholic at the same time, right?
If you believe in God, you stand for love, justice, and peace. Well, our society is made up of just those things. So why would we rebel against the government? That would be bad thinking. It's just the opposite. Here, being a believer means being patriotic and loving your country.
Why are you taking photos here?
It's just that... Okay, let's go. Change of scenery, we head to the countryside. So there aren't any gas stations in the countryside, right?
Dans la campagne.
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
So here the gas, people bring their own gas, is that it? Well, as you can see, there aren't any cars around here, and I've never seen any gas stations either. He filled up the jerry can somewhere before we left Pyongyang.
What a beautiful spot. Can we pull over here?
Stopping is just out of the question. Impromptu halts are not allowed. We have to stick strictly to the program. But our next stop is actually not far away. It's right behind these walls. A hotel guarded by an armed soldier.
Is this a hotel?
Wow. Look at this place. Okay, so this is one of the most purest communist style. This is typical Russian style with the green bed covers and silk and the flowery patterns on the floor. Even the lace here. This looks like Sochi, which was Stalin's holiday getaway place in Russia before. Quite amazing. Let's go check out the bathroom. Oh, it's a little basic, but at least they have a jacuzzi. That's cool. There's one detail here that has all its importance changed. The American standard.
It's dinner time, and despite the fact they have no gas stations here, they use unleaded gas to fire up the barbecue. Okay, so since nobody around here explains anything, I'll tell you. We've got 10 kilos of clams, and apparently where exactly are we here? A getaway for the elite or what?
No, a place to get some rest.
Yeah, but it's not for your average Korean. They don't come here.
They do.
Average Koreans come here?
Yes, it's written at the reception desk.
What, it's written average Koreans welcome?
Yes, but they have to pay in euros.
I see, but not all Koreans have euros, right?
Some do. But that's why there's another place. There are other buildings like this where average Koreans can come.
Yeah, but it's not as nice as this place.
True.
Oh yeah, that's strong.
Yeah, it's strong but good.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's eat.
일 없죠.
아니 근데 그 뜯지 못하지 그러니까 이
흰쌀이니까 사람들이 그냥 안 먹는다 그래. 알아요? 알거든요.
Yeah, it's really good. Tastes a little bit like gasoline, though.
Et ça coûte combien le...
How much would a Korean pay for a room here?
Coréen ici, les chambres
10 euros.
10 euros
10 euros?
Ah oui. Alors,
And how much is the average salary in Korea?
en Corée.
It's over 100 euros now.
What? The average salary in Korea is 100 euros?
Oui.
Mais c'est au contraire.
But unlike you Europeans who have to pay taxes, we don't pay taxes here.
c'est quoi?
So that's another advantage of our regime.
Mais un paysan...
But these farmers we see outside, how much do they make? Does he make 100 euros?
They work, then at the end of the year, they get raw materials, foodstuffs, rice or corn.
Du riz ou du maïs, etc.
Oh, so they're not paid in salary, they're paid in raw materials.
They're paid in raw materials?
So they don't really get a salary. Farmers don't really earn anything.
Is this an interview or a meal?
No, it's a meal. Pictures of the Korean countryside are rare. This is what it looks like. Virtually nothing has changed here in the past 70 years. Farmers still work without fertilizers or tractors. Farming by hand with carts pulled by oxen. We could almost be in the Middle Ages. In 1999, a disaster struck the country. Famine killed more than 3 million men, women, and children. Thanks to an outpour of foreign aid, things have gotten a little better now. So of course, my guides choose to show me the sunny side of farming in North Korea by leading me to one of the country's most high-tech cooperative farms. Oh, so they have their own garden.
Yes, this is the family's land.
Our beloved leader Kim Jong Il visited this house.
안녕하십니까.
이 집의 세대주입니다. 집주인입니다.
I have a question. How long did it take to clean up here? Because I've never seen such a clean place. Can you ask him how long it took? They knew we were coming today, right? No, they didn't know? Maybe we're bothering them then. Oh, so it was a total coincidence. Come on, don't lie to me. Of course they knew. Okay, well, let's move on to more interesting things.
He says he doesn't believe me. He says he's never seen a house that clean. He says we told them we were coming. He wants to visit another house. Is that possible?
There's no reason to. All the houses here are all alike, and they're all just as clean.
Moving on. I choose to bring up a delicate topic: famine.
We survived thanks to our willpower, our iron will. I couldn't even begin to make you understand what we went through here. We simply had to stay alive. That willpower pulled us through the famine.
Walking along the sidewalk, I get a clear proof that the famine here has left deep scars.
Whoa!
A rare display of anger in this well-oiled world.
We had to eat rice roots. There wasn't any food here. None. We'd peel bark off trees. We ate grass. That's how we survived the U.S. embargo. When that man you were filming hit you earlier, it was because he thought you were Americans.
In fact, it was 2 years of heavy flooding and a completely outdated agricultural policy that pushed the country to the brink of disaster. Kim Jong Il's latest idea for improving the diet of 22 million North Koreans? Ostriches. And I, of course, get the pleasure of touring this experimental farm.
When the male gets a bit aroused, you see his testicles come out. They're over 37 centimeters long.
37 centimeters?
He goes up to the female, and they come together. It lasts 50 seconds. That's a long time for birds.
You know what's crazy in your country is that you guys have numbers for everything. I mean, you measure everything. So let me ask you something, while we're talking about sex. Do you have any homosexuality in Korea?
Oh yes, of course we do.
Oh, they're homosexuals. But is it legal?
No, it's not legal.
Homosexual.
What is it?
An homosexual?
Oh, okay.
There are bisexuals who go with men and women?
What?
Yeah, bisexual. It's a man or a woman who sleeps with both men and women. If it's a woman, she sleeps with a woman or a man. And if it's a man, she sleeps with a man or a woman.
So we don't even know that word.
You don't even know the word, right? So, what about AIDS? Do you guys have AIDS here?
No, we don't have AIDS here. It's very strictly controlled.
But how did you manage that? Because every other country in the world has AIDS. How did you keep it out?
We check blood very strictly. And we monitor women.
So everybody in the country is monitored, or just people who are in contact with foreigners?
Everyone is monitored. It's even more serious for us. For example, we get checked once every 3 months. Everybody else gets checked once a year.
So once a year, I see. So you have a mandatory AIDS testing here. And so what happens if somebody gets AIDS? If a test comes back positive, what happens then?
Well, we haven't had any cases of AIDS up to now. That's why I don't have any numbers.
Who would have thought you could learn so much just by feeding ostriches? We're back in a city, and in North Korea, the party provides everything, even the alarm clock. No one knows I'm filming out of my hotel window. The 3 children down in the square are unlike any I've been introduced to here. It's not a treasure hunt. They're picking up stray twigs that have fallen off trucks. The only thing the poorest North Koreans have for cooking and heating. A few minutes later, another group shows up. These ones are wearing clean clothes with party pins on their lapels and new toys in their hands. It seems someone forgot to tell me that in the land of socialism, some are more equal than others. I'm back in Pyongyang. Just in time for the big Communist Party ball. What time does it start?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? You dance?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can dance.
You can dance? So everyone here in Korea is united, no?
Yeah.
In one party?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm also party member.
You're party member, yeah. But everyone is part of the party, no?
No.
No? Who isn't?
Elite. Only elite can go to each party.
Oh, really? Only the elite? And how do you become elite? How do you do that?
First of all, costume to enter in party. Oh! Keep the rule of party.
I see. So if you're loyal to the party, you become part of the elite.
And to our people and our country.
Tonight, all the girls are pretty, gracious, and card-carrying party members. So how many types of dances are there here?
I'm not sure. There must be 5 or 7.
5 or 7? So everyone in Korea dances like this?
Yes, yes.
So everybody has to dance like this, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so you never dance rap?
No.
And rock and roll?
No.
Do you even know what rock and roll is? And waltz?
I think we have around 4 people who know the waltz. Dance experts who can dance it a little.
So did you learn how to dance?
I don't really like dancing.
Mr. Chi doesn't like to dance, but he certainly likes cute girls. So, like everything else in this country, everything is perfectly choreographed, and there's absolutely no room for improvisation. In this country, it's the army that sets the tempo. It's everywhere. It's the country's leading employer, leading supplier, leading buyer. And Kim Jong Il, like his father before him, has made the army a pillar of his power base. But to maintain an army of 1.5 million soldiers, you need an equally hefty threat. So we head to Kaesong on the border with South Korea to cross swords with a formidable enemy. So, here we are, getting closer to the demilitarized zone. It's really the border between North and South Korea. And what's amazing is that Seoul is only 70 kilometers away. That's an hour's drive. Welcome to the demilitarized zone. My escort today is Lieutenant Kim.
Tensions between us and the Americans still run high here. Armed guard escorts are quite rare.
We never know when we'll be fighting a war here.
What, you mean we could be invaded at any time? I don't think so.
No, it's quite serious. You even have armed escorts today.
Oh, I see. So that's why we have soldiers protecting us, right?
That's right.
On the border, two armies that hate each other are face to face. That's nearly 2 million soldiers, including 40,000 Americans, ready to join the fray. The border between the two Koreas is sealed tight, except for here, where South Korean soldiers stand guard less than 10 meters from their North Korean counterparts. Over there is South Korea, over here, North Korea. It's that simple. The buildings are cut in half, and in the middle is the border between the two countries. You can see the North Korean soldiers facing us, and across the way we've got South Korean and American soldiers. And it's been like this since
53.
Since 1953.
This is the armistice conference room.
This room is solely for meetings between the two sides.
This is the military demarcation line, right here.
So I'm in South Korea, now I'm in North Korea. Crossing from South to North Korea is a game, but what does this divide mean to him?
It shows just how painful it is, this divide for us. This split is a great misfortune for our country. We're determined to make this line disappear as soon as possible. This room is the only place we can come together.
Until peace comes, North Koreans prepare for war. Entire families flock to the Pyongyang firing range. For the sport, of course, but also to defend their country. And the younger you start, the better your chance of hitting the target.
Let me shoot, Dad. Let me go first.
Why is he teaching his son how to shoot?
He asks why you're teaching him.
It's vital.
Why is that?
As long as there is imperialism, we need to know how to defend our country against the Americans, and we'd better be well prepared.
So, I'm supposed to kill that chicken? That rooster? Is that a real rooster?
It's a real rooster.
So if I kill him, I can eat him, right? You know that the rooster is a symbol of France. Are you trying to tell me something, Mr. Jean? It's like if you were putting a portrait of Kim Il-sung there and making me shoot at it.
Do you have another animal?
Okay, I'll give it a try, but don't worry, I won't kill the rooster. Today is May Day, and workers are gathering in parks all across the country. Parks like this one, where special kinds of games are organized. So they cover your eyes, they give you a stick, and it's like piñatas in Mexico. And you have to go and hit either the American or the Japanese imperialists.
Make your teams now. 2 women comrades and 2 men.
Okay, I've picked my target. 100 meters away. I'll have to run.
Pull the blindfold tight. That's good.
On your mark, get set.
Chugira, it means to the death in Korean.
So, what do you think of that?
Good blows. He even hit it twice.
Yeah, I hit it twice. That's right. So when you first saw me, did you think I was an American? You can tell me the truth.
You look like one.
Me? I do? I mean, come on, there is a difference. You've been at war with the Americans for 50 years now. You think it will ever end?
Of course it will end one day. But it's up to us to find a solution. No matter how many blockades they throw up against us, we'll go on living our own way. It's true, since our leader Kim Il-sung died, life's hard. But we'll keep on fighting. We're not going to give in just because of a few little problems. No, our generation must get this over and be done with the Americans. Anyway, none of that is going to keep us from having fun today.
This is it. As you can see, everyone lives happily ever after in this country, in North Korea. I hope you enjoyed the trip, and I'll see you next time, somewhere else.